Hello, and in today's video, I'm going to attempt to draw in the art style of Arcane. Did this look good? No. Do any of my attempts look okay? Maybe. I'm gonna start this off, I'm gonna prefacely start this off. The video is slightly corrupted, so it's kind of slow. I don't know why. But there's lots of like long holds that I did try to cut out, but there might be some that are still in there. Along with that, to slow it down quite a bit, but because for some reason the footage didn't want to expand like my normal footage does. I don't know why, but anyway, for this first one, I followed a tutorial where the guy took a screenshot, traced it, and rendered over it and explained how Arcane did the rendering. I followed this tutorial. This is how it turned out. Not great. Arcane's painting style is like someone who's gone to art school, and I don't know how else to explain it. And I have not been to art school, and I don't really have the aspiration of going to art school, so it just kind of ended up kind of sucking. Also that, and I never tried this art style before rendering wise. So I also tried a kind of complicated pose and lighting. Yes, 3/4 can be hard when you're painting. At least for me, when I'm painting, that is the angle that sucks for me. The most when I'm painting something is 3/4. Yeah, this one really did. Throughout rendering it, I kept on going, no, this doesn't look like this. And I also changed the colors to make them more vibrant, because I got color theoried, where I was like, oh, well, this is great when I color pick it. And so I changed it to a normal skin tone, which makes it look even more uncanny. Actually, makes it look extremely uncanny. Like freaky almost. But yeah, I did try. It's okay. I got I got the cheekbones down in this drawing, and that's kind of about it. And I hated it, and I said, no, this can't be my only attempt. Or actually I did say this was my only attempt. I think I was sick and tired, but I started drawing myself in the style over a Jinx screenshot, mostly because I wanted a pose, and I didn't want my own style to like come off onto it, but I ended up screwing up the head angle. Looking back at it right now, like royally screwing up the head angle. So I ended up deleting this and hating it. I also couldn't figure out a nice outfit for this Arcane version of me, and so I got it scrapped, and then I was like, oh, I'll just do a headshot, and then I scrapped this. I do a lot of scrapping this video. So I was like, oh, I'll do this. It'll be cool. It'll be cute, cool, cutesy, fun, cool. I used Jinx as a base because my Sona and Jinx have very similar body types, minus my Sona is a little less malnourished than Jinx is. But kind of like small and like skinny. They both have that body type, and so I just used her. Compared to like Vi being more muscular, and then anyway, I ended up hating it, so yeah, I scrap a lot. I think this oh yes, this is when I sit down and I go, look, I need to study this again because this is not great. So I go back through that tutorial again, and I look at that, and I look at what I originally did, and I was like, wow, that's bad. And then I basically copy what I did the first time, but with a lot simpler of just not even a screenshot. It's literally just Jinx's model, like what her reference of her model looks like. And I just went straight in with a square brush. My friend recommended I did a square brush, and I agreed. I should have done a square brush instead of using my own brush, because it's very obvious they probably used a square brush. Usually I'm not someone who says, oh, do you need to use a certain brush? This is the time I use my certain brush. I do render this one out. It looks a lot better than both of my attempts. It's still kind of uncanny, but it is a lot better. I just kind of rendered over this and continued until I was satisfied. I can't really say much about this. I was literally just studying exactly the portrait. Because kind of the way I learn, because there wasn't really, there's tons of Blender tutorials on how to get your 3D models to look like Arcane. Nobody has a drawing tutorial, which killed me. So, or there was one guy and he had that one drawing tutorial and it didn't go break down like certain anatomy features or the hair. He just kind of said how they did it without like explaining how or why, which it was useful to see how, but like seeing where or why, and then it was, I tried going on TikTok and TikTok didn't give me what I wanted in like a long form content. So this is obviously a lot better. It's still flat. It's very flat. The rendering is a lot less creepy looking. So I took it as a win. And once I was done shading it, I did one last attempt, I believe, after this one. I drew Jinx a lot. I think I drew, like, should I get, like, an award for drawing Jinx so much consecutively in a week and not work for Arcane? And then, as you can see, I decided that study wasn't good enough either, and so I copied it again. I looked at it, because I repeatedly looked at my references on what I did wrong. I didn't have my references there of my own work to be like, oh, I actually kind of like this. All of them were, what did you do wrong, Mia? Except for the last one where I actually was like, okay, I did it like this. As you can see, the lighting isn't really intense here. But I was contemplating on whether or not I wanted to trace this, because I didn't trace it for the last one, but I think I ended up doing it. Okay, yeah, I ended up tracing it and filling it in and using like line art, which isn't necessarily Arcane style, but it worked out for me for this in this instance of studying. So I did it like that because I was just looking for the rendering. This one is the best. It's still not very, it doesn't really look like, it looks like Arcane up close, but from afar it doesn't. But I did try really hard this time. I rendered the skin and I was like studying it, like I was like zooming in and out of like my reference, and then like, okay, so this goes here and this goes here and this goes here and this goes here. Same thing with the hair. I still don't quite understand how to render the hair from Arcane, but I'm getting some form of it. By this point I did have some form of an understanding. It wasn't the brightest or the greatest, but there was understanding. For the last one, this only took me about 2 hours. I think it's because I was over it by this point. I am going to do more studies in the future, but maybe not condensed so quickly, because I do really like the art of Arcane. I think I just rushed myself too much to where I was sick of drawing Jinx by the end of the week. I also needed to diversify who I draw. So yeah. For this, editing me, I made a mistake, but you guys can still see it. So as you can see, I used black to sketch, and I had to green screen out black because of the way I accidentally recorded this. But yeah. What I did, I basically repeated the same process as the first one, where I basically just down the colors of my Sona and then slowly began shading and rendering over them. I generally don't okay. Generally, cause this isn't. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This looks nothing like, obviously, like the Arcane art style. Obviously, like nothing. And it does look somewhat similar, but I'm not really that proud of myself. I just like I said, I just repeated what I did. And then for the hair, I just used the square brush and I went crazy. It's not like super duper, like, how do I put this? Not necessary. It's just like the way I did it was very similar to how I did the other ones, and I feel like I'm gonna explain myself like 1,500 times for the same or similar process, and I feel like you guys don't want to hear that again. But the only thing I guess I had trouble per se on is the fact that I didn't know how to render horns. In the style, I had to look at references and trust gut. It doesn't look that great, but it's something. Another thing is I thought I could figure out an outfit. I did not, so it's just no clothes. Because I couldn't figure it out, and I just said screw it. I might try this again in a couple of months, like doing some more comprehensive long-term studying, because I don't think I did a good job like I could have. This is obviously good, like, or better than I started, which is all I can ask for as an artist, but I do want to improve better to where I can like replicate the painting a little bit more and maybe even incorporate it into my own art style a little bit better. Just to like have it in my back pocket, and a lot of the knowledge that Arcane has in my back pocket. I might try to snag an art book for Christmas, or something. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.